Okay, day 99. Today's a 0 day in Harper's Ferry. Just left the hotel. I'm gonna walk up to the ATC, get my tag. I called yesterday, and it turns out that their phone message said they were closed, but yet they were open because I talked to a hiker who went there yesterday. So now I'm gonna go there. I checked their website. The website says they're gonna be open, so we'll see what's gonna happen. I don't know. Go figure. Yeah, I'm gonna cruise through town, take some pictures, and get some lunch. So I'll get back to you then. Here's a tree for you. Found it on the way to town. It's called sweet gum. It's alternate branching. It's pretty much, as far as I know, the only star-shaped leaf tree. And it has these fruits. Oh. There's a good sample of one. It's fully even sure. Let me see if I can get you a better light. There we go. Okay. That's the seed fruit on a sweet gum tree. All right. Star-shaped leaf. Oh, it's actually a palmate leaf, but it's more starry than maples. All right, you got a new tree today in Harper's Ferry. This is some of the houses and stuff. These are some of the shops. What's pretty cool is down here further, sorry, people are coming. The different shops or the different commercial spaces are all theme based on history. So one is about the Battle of Harper Ferry. Another one is about a historic candy store. I'm going to hit that tomorrow. all different historical events in Harper's Ferry. Each one depicts a different thing. They're like all exhibits. I'm gonna get some ice cream. I guess we go. I don't know how we get there. So let's see. Okay. Some of the historic buildings. Outfitted like you might expect in the late 1800s, maybe earlier. Different storefronts. The stonework. Amazing. Wooden train trestles. Amazing. Evidently there was a canal here, and those are the locks for the canal. Alright, walking down Shenandoah Road toward downtown. There's more evidence of the canalway. Just think of all the labor it took to do that. Oh God. Okay, everybody, even on my day off, I'm thinking about teaching you guys about trees. While walking through Harper's Ferry, I stumbled across a chestnut tree. And looking at it twice, I noticed a difference and realized, and it was 20, 30 feet tall. I realized it wasn't an American chestnut. It was instead a Chinese chestnut, in all likelihood. Could very well be a mix, a hybrid. But anyway, it gives me something to give you against the chestnut tree as a comparison. Unfortunately, I don't have a regular chestnut leaf here, so I'm just going to go over the differences. First of all, American chestnut leaves tend to be longer and narrower, all right? Whereas these chestnuts kind of be a little shorter and wider, the Chinese rather, all right? The other thing is, these are very glossy and leather-like, almost thick like oak leaves. All right, the dark green, glossy, and leathery, whereas American chestnut tend to be a lighter green and thin and papery when you feel them. All right. The other obvious characteristic, if you look at the teeth, they're much shorter than those of the American chestnut. And the ones, not so much the ends, but certainly the ones along the margin of the side are not very long, so they're shorter, whereas the American chestnut has longer leaves that have that that little curve in them. That you sort of see it in the end ones, but they're mostly straight. Okay? Whereas the American chestnut, longer and have a slight curve toward the tip. All right. The other thing I've noticed, I don't see it listed in other places, the wavy edge of the leaf. Chinese chestnuts have that wavy edge, much more distinct than on the American chestnut. And another thing is the way the edges of the leaf meet the stem or the petiole. Okay. Here on the Chinese chestnut, it's kind of a rounded. It makes a very even, rounded base. On the American chestnut, this would be more angled, so it almost comes to a point where it meets the petiole. All right. Remember, Chinese chestnut, a rounded to even a flat base, similar to this. All right, it's a little uneven on that one. Okay. But in general, if you take it, it's got a flatter, more rounded base, whereas on the American chestnut, if this would be coming more angular to almost maybe even pointy where it meets the stem. One final thing, and you probably need a, a magnifying glass for this. Tends to be a little hairier. The Asian chestnut, the Chinese chestnut tends to be a little hairier on the bottom and on the petiole. All right. So the big difference on that. Also, on the twigs, all right, I think I mentioned this in the video, the twigs of the American chestnut are reddish brown or maybe even to a dark green, whereas on the Chinese chestnut, they're a tan to a pea green, so a lot lighter color stems. And there's some differences like buds and something called stipules and stuff like that. If you want some more information, I suggest you go to the American Chestnut Foundation at acf.org. They have a rundown, and they even talk about differences in the nuts and the seed husks. All right, but since you're not going to really find too many with seed husks, leaves and twigs are probably the best way to ID them. So there you go. Okay, everybody. Final night in Harper's Ferry. I only took 1 0. I was going to take 2, but I had a good day today, marching around. I actually got treated to some trail magic from Teeter Totter, who hiked with Turbo last year, and I gave them a lot of trail magic and support when they came through New York. So she and her family took me out to dinner, which was very nice of them. I thank them very much. Wonderful thing they did. So tomorrow morning I'll grab some breakfast here in the hotel, and then I'll head out for the trail. Once I cross the bridge over the Potomac, guess what? I'm in Maryland. So, all right, that being said, I'm going to close out, and I'll see you on the trail tomorrow.